And off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out. To the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready? 280.
Right there. 50 cents. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Shift. Omaha, ready to move.
Check 52.
On first down, Stafford here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Used to have a coach who used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
No.
Stay 50. 21.
Throwing again. Stafford. Open man is Amar Darboh, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
At the 46-yard line.
Set. 180.
I smell fear in that offense.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
He goes set. 280. Monday.
Get off the field. Hey, check Mike. Mike 6. I'm going to come back to you.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Second and 10, Stafford again. He gets this one to Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ty Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Greystone, have it.
Watch it. Deuce. Tighten up. Tie dog.
Speed dribble.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Leo.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On the return, here's Agnew. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 23. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The drive will commence with a run by Ballage. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
39-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Smith.
2nd and 6. Flushed out right. He's got White here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Patch it. Go.
They'll drop the throw. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down.
Whip. Watch the whip. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
Now Balaj. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Lions' 10-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Break. Mike 40. What's the run? They're running, man. Six. Pull it high. Twist. 6 guys. Check. Look at me. Score. Snap.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Balaj, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile. Stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
I got him. Mike 6. 6. Hey, come on down. Monday. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ready. 70, Indy.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Check safety. He's checking.
Topper. Hey, Sam off.
Check 43.
They run it with Balaj. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll look to throw, and it's complete to Kelsey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On second down, they'll run with White, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running back.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bears have taken the lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Next to score, Bears 10, Lions
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Khalil Mack, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. Amara Darbo, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Stay 50, stay 50.
Third and long, it's Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
The dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
Second and 10. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Out.
Switch.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Go.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Look at me. Zipper.
Check. 53 is Mike. Check. 53.
Second and 5. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike.
He'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
The third down pass. Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Got it.
Mike 51. Mike 51. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Deep grip.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On the carry, it's Bawden. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Yep.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Come on, set. 60 or.
Check.
They'll run with Bawden. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Again, it's Balaj. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Rock it. General back.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Kalen Balaj, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Point after here coming up. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Bears 17, Lions 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check three.
And middle.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
They can't hang with us.
49. Check 49.
Check 99. Check 99. Slams.
40 got. Protein spill. Easy alert.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford dancing to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
You better bring. Right now, you better bring.
Kill. Hey, turn it out. Joker. Check 4.
Omaha, ready to move. Hey, wahoo.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Back to the air, Stafford on second down. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. Third down here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And now another one thrown incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Hey, 70! Like 7! Hey, Delta! Hey,
check Mike.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. And this is incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Ready.
Check tight.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Hey, here we go.
Check. X3, 218, chop it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Squeeze.
Check 13.
Check 2.
On 3rd down, a run from White. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And his kick here is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their deep. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on second and long. Stafford, he'll get this one to Galladay. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Watch the shift. Shift.
Zero.
Check 52.
On third down, Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Well, we said after the turnover on downs, that's almost guaranteed points the other way. But I guess they weren't listening to the broadcast because they did not cash in for any good job to step up defensively.
We get that a lot, don't we? Where we hear a lot of people say they just don't listen to the broadcast. They feel like it works out better for them. It certainly did for this defense, didn't it? They didn't listen. They responded and shut them down.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming after you. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll set up a throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. As his guys are in for 6 as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. On first down, Stafford here. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Johnson was the intended receiver.
At their own 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being... And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
They stay on the ground with White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now back to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the time they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Now a handoff looking right. And he stopped immediately there. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
On the ready.
Second and 10.
Go.
41-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch, twist.
Topper. Let go.
Now they try the right side here. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Hey, let's get that ball, Deal.
Bam.
Check nine. Slam. Kill.
80 weapon. Hey, exit.
Under crunch. Rush in.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Ready. 30 base.
Check a hot read.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hatchet.
Hey, lock it.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Ready.
On third down, it's White. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 3rd and 2, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches, be honest, don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
260. Middle.
One last throw here for Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bears, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.